guys, this is Oshi and this is going to be our weekly well-being reading. This is the second week that, we're using these Harry Potter meditation cards. I think it worked out well for the first one, so let's see what we have for this week. We have relationships. So these are categories within the deck. And today's question is: the Fidelius charm is a very difficult spell that conceals a secret, such as a person's location. By entrusting it to a single person's soul, the information cannot be revealed through coercion or duress. It can only be revealed if the secret keeper chooses to reveal it. This makes it one of the most powerful and important spells in the wizarding world. Who would you choose to be your secret keeper? So the question is pretty much, who is that person in your life that you trust with pretty much your life with? And that can be, something, and hopefully it's a positive experience if you think this question through, because for our mental wealth and our well-being, we need to be surrounded by people that we trust and that we know that we can trust. So this week's exercise, so to speak, invites us to think through people, or our relationship with people in our lives. And hopefully, everybody has at least one person that they trust, that, they can turn to when there's something bad happens in their lives. But if you don't, then also you have a chance to think things through and think about why you don't trust them. Is it their behavior that makes you wary, or is it just something inside of you that stops you from reaching out? Maybe you built walls that are too thick or too high, and the other persons can't get behind them. And it's a lonely existence if you don't allow people to see you vulnerable. And I'm not saying it's an easy thing to do. It's not. But in order to be to feel loved, you have to trust people. Not saying trust everybody with everything, but this card is especially about someone that you can trust with with the most important part of you. So think about if you have that person or not, and what you can do to what can help you to find that person is to be just with the situation, to be just with the person, to be fair when you're judging other people. Don't be like, oh, they made that and that mistake, so I can never trust them. Try to put that in context, because we're all human beings. We all make mistakes, even if we want to help someone, even if we want to be that secret keeper. Sometimes we fuck things up and do something that make other people lose their trust in us. But you have to be just and factor in the intention of the person and how you behave. As try to see the situation from an objective point of view. So what can help you with finding that person is not entirely relying on your feelings, because feelings can be misleading in this situation. Even if you're like, oh, I love that person, they are so nice and they always were there for me, and then you come at that with the perspective of overlooking things like red flags and stuff. So don't be too trusting either. Find that balanced middle ground where you can be objectively fair about a person. And what you shouldn't do is, oh, interesting, the Chariot. Oh, we have two majors, that's already something. But the Chariot is all about finding balance so that you can move forward, which is interesting. What not to do. Maybe, don't move forward with a decision too quickly, because a Chariot is a very how I read it is a very passionate, forward and quickly forward moving motion. You know, when we have the chariot, it means there's gonna be a quick, swift motion forward. But we also have the pyramids, you know, on this image, which is something that needed time to build. So maybe you know, don't give your trust and your decisions. Don't make those decisions way too quickly, because it might mean, you know, if you do that, your chariot might fall out from the path, you know, because it's not on stable legs, so to speak. And if you rush these decision makings, you rush judging someone or the situation, you might, you know, you will move forward, but not necessarily into the direction that you actually want to, because you're not going to be the one who's in charge. It's more going to be the energies that are pulling forward because you know, hastily decided on something. Yeah, that's how I would read it in this context. And that's very interesting. Our advice is from the goddess temple oracle, and we have the mirror, which I think, I mean, it's been a while that I've worked with this deck, but I think, you know, if you just look at that image, it's pretty much inviting you to look at yourself as well, not just the other person, you know, and be just with yourself as well. You know, don't judge yourself too harshly, but, you know, don't just judge other people and be like, okay, they made those things and, you know, I can trust them, because you have to take some responsibility for how you behaved in the situation as well. You know, what maybe made the other person act in a certain way. And it's the mirror. Know, observe, accept, and transform your shadows and lights. You know, be just and objective with who you are, your talents and your limits. Show loving care for your body and your life. Use your inner observer consciously for yourself, but also hold the mirror for others. Like I said, displaying respect and empathic ability to listen. So yeah, this is pretty much what I was trying to say. Just, you know, much more elegantly put. Find that, you know, objective point of view, and sometimes it's, you know, it's not easy, obviously, especially if there are emotions are involved, and, you know, with someone that you trust, there could be. But I think it's a good thing, you know, especially, you know, it's February, we're full of love readings and whatnot. But we need to be, you know, fair and objective with how we look at our relationships as well. So hopefully this was useful. It's not as heavy as, you know, the previous ones, but I'm kind of feeling like we need to do these as well, not just the heavy questions. But if you have a topic for these readings or a pick a card reading, do let me know, because I would like to do readings that you guys want. And hopefully this was helpful. Please like, subscribe, comment down below with anything that, you know, came up for you, if you feel like you want to share. And yeah, thank you so much. Have a lovely day and see you in the next one. Bye.